Yo, just gonna get some stuff started here and here we go. Got an allergy shot today. My arm is itching like crazy. All right, let's see what we got. Can hear here. Don't know what we'll use there yet, but let's go to the browser and I don't know what's an expansion here I haven't used in a while. Neo Sunset has some definitely cool stuff. Dig that. Maybe a little messy there, but let's see, we want this. Where? Oh, there we go. I don't know. I'm being sloppy, but maybe we just leave it. See how it goes. Yeah. Got E. Just in case we want something from here, let's dial in E major. And see where we want to go. Let's go grab a plug-in. Like some Jura chords. Let's see, chords. Let's just do a note. Use that. Although, not sure why I didn't play the second time there. All right, there we go. And maybe we can try and play up and around that. Let's go mini D. See if any sub basses wanna maybe too low. Something like that. Did we just do everything in E? the OP1 going through the Chase Bliss pedals. Alright, just grabbed it into mood. Going through Lossy now. Maybe we should grab the sampler. Grab a chunk of that and see if we can do anything with it. No track. Oh, just keep it. Root note is E3. Let's go make a key group for it and see what we want to do. Menu, track edit. We'll leave it as number of key groups, just one. I'm going to stop it playing through monitoring. Kind of like a pitch down. It's a little low. Let's go normalize. I gotta stop doing that. Do it. Trying to think if it should be filtered or something else. Kind of want. I think I want a bandpass. Yeah, like right there. I kind of dig that. Just sounds like something being kind of scratched in the back. That might be too long. Let's edit the end point. There we go. Let's see what it does. Alright, just need a tad bit of release. Maybe a little more. There we go. That way it doesn't like, if we go solo, you probably hear it a little pop. So we can fix that. Maybe a tiny, yeah, just a little, like attack of 1 was enough to clean that up. And I know so far every note is E. So I don't, maybe we'll stick with that. I don't know. We shall see. All right. Let's see what else we got for just quick sounds here. That maybe is a little much. Maybe not. Let's just see what we got. All right, gotta reset all the stuff here. Hey, Crazy Wabbit. What's up, man? How you doing? Staying out of trouble? Causing trouble? Now that it's in the mix, it's hard to hear. Old cameras. I gotta figure out what I want to do for my setup here for video. I just kind of have defaulted now to using my iPhone again. The webcams I had, the Logitech webcams just aren't cutting it. So I do need to decide what I want to do for some cameras for stuff, but I don't know. Can't have everything, I guess. What do you have for cameras? Anything fun? See, now I can hear it. It just takes a while to come in. It's pretty unstable. Let's try something else. It's just there. It's super low. I know. Was it you or was it somebody else who was saying I should go try the GoPro again? The Stream Deck is pretty handy, although I only have 2 buttons currently programmed on mine. It's I don't know if I can move it over far enough. Nope. Well, I can slide the camera over. You can see. Actually, I guess I got 3 buttons that were programmed for the choosing the web camera for the left, middle, or left, right, middle. The ordering's weird, but really it's just when I want to record a clip and do like a quick 5-minute video and a little timer so I can see how long I've actually been going to kind of keep in mind if I'm making a 20 or 30-minute video on accident out of something I didn't want to be that long. So yeah, the GoPro absolutely gets way too hot and it does chew through batteries. Even if you have it plugged into USB, I found like I could only really do like about 2 hours of recording, and then it would be done. And then you have the problem of if you're recording to SD, then you got to get everything off. And if you're using like an external audio to capture, then you got to merge everything together. So I've been really trying not to do all that, but I don't know. We'll see. Hey, B Jammin, what's up? Did you get the catch the video I did for you? Or did you miss that so far? I think I just did one for you this morning. I feel like the OP1's just not getting loud enough here. What are we gonna do? Give it some drive. Well, now I might be clipping. The P6, I have so far liked it. I haven't used it quite as much as I wanted to so far, but I mean, I've been trying to just drop some drum kits on it. Let's see if I can do this without making a huge mess. Okay, no clipping so far. Turn it on real quick. I have my Triton Studio that I've had since, I don't know, 2002 or whenever it came out. And I don't know, it's got a ton of amazingly cool drum kits on it, and I've been sampling them off. So let's see if I can remember. I think it's one of these. No, that's just the piano. Here we go. So I'm gonna get it loud enough. What do I need to? For max volume. I guess I'll have to move the OP1 and drop this. Oop. Let's see if we can get the knob in the back here. There we go. So I basically got some of the drum kits on the Triton Studio. There's a number of drum kits that have 2 layers, and they've got at least 60 different drum hits on them. So I've been going through and trying to just do the step recording, and basically the problem is to get enough sample time to do this, you end up if you're going to do it on the P6, you have to go lo-fi when you record and go at the lowest setting, so you end up getting kind of like a little bit more crunchy sound. And then I just set it to 64 steps, so like each hit is, I don't know, somewhere between a quarter second and a half second. I didn't do the math, but why are we seeing audio and getting nothing? What did I do? Oh, I turned monitoring off. Anyway, I got this drum kit. That is, I think this is the Tricky kit. And I did a lot to try and make sure I didn't clip. So some of these are a little low. That was an accidental double hit. When you're doing 64 samples in this thing, I was like, I'm not going back or re-recording it. So like this one's like a longer one. It's got reverb to it. Actually, I should probably turn the compressor on. Let's go find it. Lo-fi, reverb, chorus. Where is it? Tremolo. It's the last one. There we go. So like you can hear, like this just ends super fast. But I was like, you know what? I don't care. Like I'm just gonna create a drum kit. Like you can hear like that reverb ends pretty quick, but it's fine. that crash. It's short. A gunshot or something. Do you pad merging or unquantized patterns available on the P6? I don't know what the parts per quarter node is, but you can certainly turn off quantization. So yeah, as I said, there's like a ton of stuff on here. It was pretty fun. I mean, it was pretty quick to go through, but I guess the point I was going to say is because each drum kit has 2 layers on the Triton Studio, I figured it's going to be pretty hard to go get all 120 or whatever samples in here, but I just kind of did like some a little bit lighter, some harder, and just went through and recorded it. I'll probably do a few more and then maybe see about recording these out into a drum kit or something on the MPC at some point. Maybe post it up for folks if anybody wants any of this stuff. I don't know. Like, I don't know what's interesting to people. So you guys let me know. But yeah, like you can definitely create a lot of different patterns here. What do I got? Those are some I was messing around with. I think I got like 5 so far. Just been trying to figure out how the quantization works and a few other things, like what the sound quality is. I would say it can get pretty lo-fi. If anybody was watching the stream, this is the drum and bass loops that I recorded and just hammered through. I think this is just what I was working on last night, which was a mix between quantized and unquantized notes. I don't think there's anything on... Oh, this is another one I was doing, using that Triton kit. So, and then I was playing around with scatter. I mean, it's scatter from the SP404 Mark II, but it still sounds pretty good. You can get some good, quick variations on stuff, or just grind it to dirt. So, yeah, that's just been what I'm playing with. I don't know if I don't know. It's hard to say. I grabbed this because I'll be traveling for about a little bit this year, and like near the end of October, and figured it'd be nice to have something that I could just throw in a backpack, unlike the SP404 Mark II, because I'm not going to have a ton of space. And I had thought of grabbing the OP1, but even that kind of takes up a little bit of space here. So, I don't know. I don't know, maybe try that as a loop. The battery's definitely nice. I did grab one here. I've seen people have had success with this. Whoop. Camera's over there. The model number is G933. I think it's like one of the Logitech headsets or something. It's about 3 times, maybe a little bit more than 3 times the battery power that's available by default. But I think it also takes you from like 2 to 3 hours of recharge time to like 6 or 8 hours. So, and the thing to note is the connector here is not the same as what is on the P6. I was trying to see if I could find out what the part number is, because it'd be really handy. I don't know if any of you guys do electrical work. I'm a hack at it, but it would be handy if you could get the right tool to pop the pins out for the wires here and then be able to stick it just directly into another device. It's probably close to the same size. It might work, but the actual plastic connector does not fit. It's much thinner and flatter. And I should have taken the P6 apart the rest of the way because I wanted to see what these pads are, to see if they're switches. I suspect these are like tacked switches, or they're possibly like the bubble style that you have to like push down to make them trigger. It is also possible that they're the like the graphite or like kind of like that thin metal right underneath this rubber pad that will bridge between two pads, but without taking it apart, I don't know. So definitely gotta kind of play around. And yes, the iPad is basically a full computer. It has a ton of amazing granular synth options. So yeah, if you're bringing your iPad with you, it is a pretty good choice. So well, hey, at least you can start with turning on a light switch and changing a light bulb. I'm sure that puts you ahead of a good amount of people in the world. Oh, don't want this falling down. Let's see. Can I secure? I'll just lean it like that. I guess the feedback is pretty high on the reverse mode C. I feel like this is off rhythm quite a bit. I do have to say, yeah, Koala is quite nice, but I don't know. For me, I just kind of like having some knobs I can grab onto and pads to play with. I probably should look at actually getting a control surface, but I don't know. And yeah, you can get the Live 2 fairly cheap these days. You can get the MPC 1 if you don't get the 1 Plus, ridiculously cheap as well. So certainly worth keeping an eye on. Yeah, I'm curious to find out if somebody has just hacked and mocked up some weird stuff to make the move look terrible, or if that is actually what it is. All right, we're gonna export this. We'll keep it for now. Go back to the just get a plain drum track. Get this closed up. Sample assign. What the heck did I call this? Just new new looper sample. Great. That's super descriptive. All right, now we gotta clear the loop. All right, that'll play. And I kind of do have to say I miss the push 3 a little bit. I had it for like the 30-day window, and I just lost my job. I was like, you know what, I can't justify spending this kind of money, but I had just sold off the Akai Force to put towards funding getting the push 3, and I was like, I don't know. I also missed the Akai Force. I don't know if had the money to get either of them. I don't know which one I'd go for. They both seem cool. I don't know what the heck my dog's staring out the window at something. Better keep looking. What's the mobile hardware market? I mean, like the Akai Live is pretty mobile. How do you get more mobile? Or you mean like there's a certain like standard or something? Yeah, I agree. Like innovation everywhere seems, it takes a while, but it's also expensive. And I understand why companies don't want to show their hand for things. Maybe I just sample. Oh, that's kind of a little clippy. Just get a bass note here. I can figure out what to do with it after. Bass 01. I don't know. I would also say I really liked the MPC 500. I wish it had a revival. So like when people do have rumors about the a MPC Mini showing up, I kind of would be into it. I don't know what they would do to like getting rid of the touch display. I think would be tough if they were going to stay with the same OS, but I could also see them like doing like some really stripped down thing. Like, does Akai have the guts to make something very low end like the P6? I don't know, but I mean, I'd be down for a MPC 500 replacement. I mean, I like that. I would have been using that for a long time, but the pads just were terrible. Like the sensor sheet just goes bad way too fast, and then you have to put it in fixed velocity mode, and that defeats like half the purpose of having one of those things on the go. All right, let's new track. We'll do another key group, and I gotta go first. This was I believe this was another E note. We'll go E3 and get this programmed in. So I like that sub, but I feel like we just need a little bit more, something to go with the bass. Yeah, Dirty Wave M8 is absolutely nuts, man. The more I keep playing with it and just trying silly things, the more I really like how it works. And it pairs really nicely with a lot of other gear. For my trip, I'm going to be trying to see how it pairs with the P6. I'm either going to be like, oh, this is great, because the P6 can just be a quick sampler to get some ideas down, but we'll see. I'm not going to hold my breath that it's going to be as perfect as I hope it to be, but I guess we're actually maybe going to go off of an E note here. That's kind of... that's glitchy. There's like a... you can start hearing it right there. That's the bad one. end here. That might be too much, but let's make these the same. Yeah, I just created this as a one-note key group, so it is chromatic. So I can play the notes, as you can see here in the grid mode. It is a proper piano roll, if you at least believe that you can draw notes and they are the actual correct values. And if I did actually set the key group correctly with the root note for the one bass note that I just recorded off the OP1, I think I got it right. So it's probably what you were thinking. Trying to look here real quick to see if that's in the wrong spot. I think everything's in the right spot. It is transposed, man. The MPC does all that. So I can show you. So basically, I've just got it's key group 1. You can do as many as you want, maybe up to like 128 or something. But I just got a key group 1. Number of key groups is 1. So when I just edit it, I just put the note in, and it's bass note, which is just what I named it. If I go to sample edit here, I just told it that the root note is E3, so when I bring it into the key group, it puts it in the right spot. And then I just told it by default it will stretch it up and down chromatically for everything, so you don't have to go too crazy to set it up or anything. So yeah, it's like a like SP Digitact or any of the other ones. You can take like a single note and spread it out across the keyboard. So, and if I wanted to, I could have done like an auto sampler and had the MPC do all that work, but I was like, you know what, I'll just record one note. So I wasn't trying to do anything too crazy. Well, be jamming. If you go get yourself a custom firmware or hack it, you can get a mouse working on it in a mouse cursor, but you have to unlock developer mode, and I haven't goofed around with that for the 3.x firmware myself yet, but I've seen people post on MPC forums some of the leftovers of that in there, so you can totally do that if you really want your mouse. As soon as I get a mouse, though, I want an external display, and then I have to figure out what I'm getting rid of for music gear, because my desk is jam-packed again. Alright, I don't know, like, I gotta figure out where the heck I'm going for any of this stuff. Let's, I want, man, the feedback on the reverse mode. So let's turn that down, because otherwise it's going to go forever. I must have a USB-C. I know where it is. USB-C to USB. All right, I just needed to grab this cable so I can set up the OP1 over USB-C into the MPC, and then I can just play the notes by scale from the MPC. jam that. So, if I did that correctly, we should be able to create a track, MIDI, and I think it says USB off of the Mio XL. Or maybe it's probably host. And I think the OP1 is currently MIDI channel 9. Let's see. Not getting anything. Just trying to... Oh, it's 15. Okay, I set it to 15 because I was doing some videos showing how to use the auto MIDI channel on the P6, which allows you to actually get in, and for whatever your selected pad is, you can then use the keyboard layer. By default, that's channel 15. Now let's double this to 4 bars. That sounds kind of cool. That's not good. Let's erase that, start over. Maybe I'll just go less notes. I don't like any of the way that's coming together. Like, it sounds cool by itself. I thought I erased all that. I wonder if I want to take out drive, maybe? Because it's just like, it was too forward. The MPC, I mean, like as with any of the other gear, you will find from the I don't have a Digitakt, but I am aware of how some of it works. The MPC has its own way to kind of operate and work, so I think they're trying to fix some of the. I think they're trying to fix in this firmware 3 some of the things that were making it really difficult to explain to newcomers what they were hitting for problems. So hopefully we'll see some changes there. On the other hand, they've broken some workflows that I was really used to and relying on using MPC firmware 2 and things that I would do in like previous models. But I don't know. All change, it can be painful. So we'll see. I don't know. I feel like some of those notes are not where I want them. Mix in more reverb. Let's see if Onward's going to grind this into nothing. Actually, we'll pitch it all the way up. Let's see. All right, I'm just going to take and record this into the looper. And then decide, maybe chop it up or something? I don't know. Export. Keep it. I probably should have renamed it. We're going to start getting goofy if it... Well, I turned the feedback down, so it's not going to go forever, really. It could go forever. Might hear some variations. Sample edit. Let's call this string loop. I don't know. String looper sample one's fine. All right, we're gonna mute the MIDI. And then I gotta clear the looper. Let us now chop this up. We're gonna go by threshold. Turn the threshold down a little, see if we can get a few more notes. That's probably about all we're gonna get without doing this by hand. I'm being super lazy. Let's merge that back. All right, convert. We've chopped it. Nah, I need to go slower. Some of these short notes, man, I want the longer ones. Maybe it's just actually those. Whoops. Didn't hit the count in right there. Well, that was late. Let's mess with the pitch here. Yeah, it's possible that I got something that's mispitched. Is the OP one worth the money? I like it. It's nice and portable, has plenty of stuff for the size in it, but I don't know that it's worth. I don't know that it's worth $2,000. I've also had to send it in 2 times to get repaired. The first time it was under warranty, and the second time it was pretty much the exact same problem, and I had to pay a couple $100s for it, and you know, the investment seems to keep going up. I've been on the fence a couple times about whether I should sell it or not, so I'm trying to decide, figure out what I want to do with it, but I mean, it's like every time I grab it, I'm like, I kind of like using it, but I don't think I could tell anybody. If you could find one for like $1,200, I would say for $1,200 or so, it's quite a good deal. But for 2,000, it's pretty hard to say, yeah, you should totally go get it. I think a lot of people are also hoping that it's going to have these same software updates that were completely crazy on the original OP1. I mean, they squeezed every bit out of it, and they still have plenty of time to do that with the OP1 field, but it's also, you have to kind of like working with its own workflow or have other gear with you that kind of covers some of the issues that it will have when you go use it, because it's a very unique workflow. The reason why I upgraded personally from the OP1 to the OP1 field was I was looking to have more project space. It is nice having a lot more storage space on it to be able to save and record a lot more samples. The sampler is quite nice, but I don't know. I feel like I'm hedging a answer for you and should just say like probably not worth it unless you can get a good deal on it. So beyond that, I don't know. If you have specific questions, happy to answer them for you. So personally, if I had to stick with one instrument that I could use for the next 10 years, I would probably pick the MPC personally, but I also have been working in the MPC space with MPCs for around 20, little over 20 years. So it's kind of some of the ways that you go about working with them. I get some of the other things I have here, I feel like I'm fighting with from time to time. Even the SP404, I like the challenge of figuring out how to do stuff on the SP404, but it doesn't always, I don't always remember all of the shortcuts and everything. So anyway, let's go see what else we got here. We can go back to this. I guess I just erase whatever's on here. Oh. Oh, I didn't realize I had overdub on. Not quite what I was intending. Can I just erase those? Erase all? There we go. I don't know. I think Roland really hit it out of the park with the SP404 Mark II. I ordered one at launch, and because I had I don't know, a couple of years before the 404 Mark II came out, got a 202 and a 303, and really loved the sound of them, even though they can be a little frustrating to work with. I picked them up, and when I started hearing the rumors of the 404 Mark II coming out, I was like, you know what? I'm going to grab one, and especially since when it came out, it was like, oh, there's 16 pads. The 12 pads is a little hard for me to work with. I always want like a few more. 16 feels like a good amount to work with to me. And I do think that the SP404 Mark II, I've described it as a Swiss Army knife. It does not excel at most of what it does, but it does so many different things and can fit so many roles that, I mean, it's just like, I don't know how anybody would complain if you happen to show up with an SP404 Mark II to a jam, because you can sample things, record things, loop stuff. You can use it as a MIDI controller, audio interface, like do effects. Like you can do so much with it. Go do backing tracks for groups. It is a very fast sampler. To me, for it to become an amazing sampler, it would need to grow up a little bit. Like, I mean, this is the thing. The P6 has a per sample filter on it. Why do we not have a per sample filter on the SP404 Mark II? Like, that is, to me, super frustrating. I know that we only have the 3 knobs. I'd love to see an ADSR on it. Like, I think I don't need the P6's pitch envelope, but there's just some things I wish they had implemented on the 404 Mark II that makes so much sense on the P6. Like the MPC 500 was, like, that still has some things that puts the SP404 Mark II to shame. On the other hand, the SP404 Mark II does have far, far better effects. So, I don't know, it just depends on what you value, what you're looking for. I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm just noodling here. Yes. I'm not trying to get super glitchy. I don't know, is there anything that might fit the vibe here? I mean, that's plenty weird. I kind of like the little guitar noodling here, but I'm not gonna try and use that, I think. I mean, we could try. Let's see how well it does. I just converted that one hit into That sounds terrible. I think it's time. I think it must have time stretch on or something. Not that into it. I have a suspicion it's, we can, if you want, I'll give it a try. I can't probably stream too much longer up solo. It's possible some of the stuff I ran through the Chase Bliss pedals also pitch something weird. But since it's annoying you, let's give it a try. Let's see if we can figure out what I did wrong here. All right, first thing, let's go sample edit, go back to trim. Since it's an E, so I will, and I believed it was an E, I said it's a root note E3. Let's go to track and see for the sample, did I get that set up? What do I want to do here? I was thinking to go. Okay, we'll just leave it, and I can go sampler. We can resample and go to the tuner. It's saying E, and then probably it's pretty close. Well, you can also be annoyed and give feedback. Sorry, I was not trying to project on you. So that is probably correct. I suspect that if we go through other things here, like there's a, I ended up just using mood to pitch a couple things and wasn't being particularly careful. So, it is possible, like, I don't know, what does it think that this is? It's like just noise and all over the place. It's E-ish, but I would be willing to bet, like, this is causing some dissonance that is, like, if I go mute this, see if, like, that sounds better to you. Yeah, I can't believe like the Akai MPC Live is going for $400 or even less. I did have one and I upgraded the Live 2 because I wanted the mostly because I wanted the CV outs, but I actually really like the speaker on it. So that one is probably one of the things that's a little dissonant. Might be here as well. Let's go solo this. This one's probably dissonant because it was just a bunch of noise and hammered through guitar pedals that were repitching stuff in weird ways. So who knows if it can even grab anything. Yeah, it doesn't even know what to make of that. So we'll do this. We'll mute that out. Yeah, my brother-in-law picked up a MPC-1 and he really likes it. For me, I feel like it's a little too small, even though I really loved the MPC-1000 form factor, and it's pretty close to that, but the touch screen kind of jammed or crammed into the interface. Just it seems a little tight to me. Well, we're learning where the dissonance is coming from, Ambarch. It is coming from all of my crazy experiments where I was just dumping stuff off to pedals and not really caring if it was in tune or not. I will admit to frequently not really worrying 100% if things are in tune, but okay, this one's going to be another one because I took on Onward. I basically told it to, I set it to basically do maybe not a full octave down, but let's see what the tuner, if the tuner can grab it. It's around E, but I think it's getting some of that lower sound. Yeah. So it's coming in and out. It's okay. You could just say you don't like my dissonant music. So I guess that's kind of it. We're back to just the the bass key group and so I just had the E note that was sustained here when I started. This is just like the mini D sub bass. And then this bassiness that's actually moving. Like everything else is, I think what we just cut out, everything else is more or less just an E note. So it's just like a sustained E. And maybe I should have pitched those tones with the bass changing, because yeah, I mean, you can see here we go down to, what's that, C sharp? Yeah, so we've got E down to C sharp. I don't know, I mean, like it shouldn't be that hard. We can go do it on the other stuff and see if it follows. Let's edit the end. We'll add a C sharp in here. That's too high. We'll have to knock that down an octave. We'll fix that now. Get these two. Whoop. Transpose. So that follows the bass. Probably need to tweak the sustain or release on it. It's there's something there with the transition I don't quite like, but it's not bad. Let's see here. We can do the same thing here. Is knock these down to C sharp. See if we like it. Then we can see about bringing the other things in here. And these could possibly need to be pitched down after as well. Let's just start here. Because this will at least get, like, it'll get us so that we can have everything kind of following along at least. I mean, I know it can be kind of boring, but it will more musically make sense, I guess. Even if it's a little dissonant. Well, I have the SP404 right here. It's hanging out right beside it, but just messing around with the MPC today. But if you have questions or anything, I got like probably 10-ish more minutes before I drop, so feel free to ask away. Actually, maybe more like 3 or 4 minutes, but gotta feed the dogs. They're staring at me. This is MPC3 firmware, so yes, I am using MPC3. And what's up, man? How you doing? Staying out of trouble? Gotta make sure everybody out there is staying out of trouble. Let's see, we had one more track. Maybe I'll do like one more track. We'll see if we can do something with this. Let's get out of overdub. So, we don't actually, I don't play anything. Oh, no, I think there's a loop. Was trying to find it so I can see. It thinks it's E major, so I could chop it in half and then pitch it. There's a couple things I guess I could do. Automate a pitch down to C sharp. Thoughts or review on it? I guess I will end with this. The MPC3 has broken a lot of my favorite workflows, and I will only say that because I don't know, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, figured I'd do a track a day, and I did that for, I don't know, 3 or 4 months, set multiple times, and got really fast with firmware 2, and I am still stumbling my way around firmware 3. I understand how to get it to do what I want, but it's slower. So I would usually do something like this and then use pad mutes and rapidly kind of just bring things in and out in time. And that doesn't quite work the way I want it to. They've improved it a little bit since the last beta I was messing with, but it's still not quite right. And I found that when you sometimes mute or tell it to do a pad mute, or sorry, not pad mute, track mute, when you tell it to do a track mute, it sometimes will get stuck where it will look like it will color the pad like the track is muted, and it will not mute. And then when you hit it again, it will then just change the color and not do anything. And sometimes you have to like tap it 3 or 4 times. So because it's doing that, it makes it very hard to actually like play track mutes live to then record out an extended set or session. If you're on 2.7, I would actually consider trying out 2.15. There's a ton of bug fixes and features and all kinds of awesome stuff that is in 2.15 that, I mean, 2.7 was probably the first. I've been using the MPC live since around like 2.1, maybe 2.2. It's been a while, but I mean, 2.7 was the first real release where I was like, I could probably use the MPC for 10 years, this particular MPC for 10 years without upgrading and make a ton of music with it and not be feeling like I was fighting bugs. 2.15 adds a lot more stuff, although lately a lot of the things they're adding is just more plugins that you have to buy, but there are a lot of pretty good plugins that you can get access to now. So the only thing I will tell you is if you decide to upgrade, make sure that when you go do the upgrade, save a different version of the file for your projects. So like put like a 2.15 or whatever firmware version you go to, because once it goes through and does the upgrade, you cannot go back to 2.7 and use it again. That said, I would. I'm not saying don't go to 3, but personally, if you're kind of still getting used to using your MPC and stuff, I wouldn't go to 3. There's so much more content on how to do things in 2, and I haven't really been trying to do a whole lot of videos on 3 because what works today may not be at all how it works in a month or two or tomorrow, depending on when they release new firmware. So I would say it is absolutely a beta, and doing anything in it carries its own risk. So, because like I can be working on projects right now, and if they decide that they're not compatible, I may lose all that data, or it would be a good excuse to just track everything out as stems. So, yeah, as far as I know, you can still get 2. Like you can go online right now, you can get 2. I don't know, depending on what MPC you have, you can probably go 2. Maybe we'll go down to like 2.0 or 2.1, but I would not advise doing that. That will be torture. But yeah, you can go onto their website and go grab 2.15 right now, because it's a little bit of a trick to find it, but there is a PDF file that they post that has links to a lot of, if not all of, their previous major releases. So you can, like, if you want to go get 2.14 or something, you can totally do that. Anyway, guys, I unfortunately need to run, but thanks for stopping by and hanging out. Keep making music, keep having fun. Remember, if it sounds good, it is good. And peace.